There's something about you, something different. Maybe you've felt it your whole life, or maybe it's a more recent realization. You don't quite fit into this world's rules, expectations, or systems. It's as if you're tuned into a frequency that others can't hear, like you're walking a path that feels both mysterious and destined. You've always had this quiet knowing, haven't you, that you're here for something bigger, that your existence carries a weight, a purpose that goes beyond the ordinary. What if I told you that this feeling isn't random? That there's a reason you feel this pull, this sense of being set apart? You are one of the chosen ones. And no, that doesn't mean you're better than anyone else. It means you've been called to awaken, to step into your higher self, to align with a vibration that not only transforms your life, but also sends ripples of light into the collective consciousness of humanity. But how do you know if you're truly aligning with your spiritual awakening path? How do you recognize the signs that your vibration is shifting, that you're moving closer to your purpose? These signs aren't always loud or obvious. Sometimes they whisper. Sometimes they appear in the quiet moments when you least expect them. And often they challenge you, asking you to step out of your comfort zone and into the unknown. The first sign that your vibration is aligning with your spiritual awakening path is that life begins to feel different. It's subtle at first. You might notice that the things you used to care about, the superficial goals, the material pursuits, the societal expectations, don't hold the same weight anymore. The idea of success starts to feel hollow unless it's tied to something meaningful, something that truly resonates with your soul. You might even begin to feel a sense of disconnection from the world around you. The conversations that once entertained you now feel shallow. The routines you used to follow without question now feel restrictive. This disconnection can be painful because it often feels like you're losing everything familiar. But here's the truth. This isn't disconnection, it's alignment. You're not losing yourself, you're shedding the parts of you that no longer resonate with your higher vibration. Have you noticed that your intuition has started to sharpen?
Click subscribe to this channel to get more profound spiritual lesson.
Maybe you suddenly know things without being able to explain how. Maybe you feel an urge to take a different route home, only to find out later that it saved you from an accident. Or maybe you're starting to feel a deep connection to synchronicities, those moments that seem too perfect to be coincidences. Numbers like 1111, feathers on your path, or a song that plays at just the right moment. These are not accidents. They're signs from the universe, guiding you, affirming that you're on the right path. But let me ask you something. Do you trust these signs? Or do you dismiss them as random? Because here's the thing about spiritual awakening. It requires trust. Trust in yourself. Trust in the universe. Trust that there's a plan unfolding even when you can't see the whole picture. Another sign that your vibration is aligning is that you begin to experience a deep emotional release. This can be one of the most challenging parts of the journey. Old wounds, buried traumas, and suppressed emotions start to rise to the surface. It's as if your soul is saying, it's time to heal. It's time to let go of everything that's been holding you back. This process is messy, it's uncomfortable, but it's also necessary, because you can't raise your vibration while carrying the weight of unhealed pain. You can't step into your higher self while clinging to the energy of the past. So, if you've been feeling waves of intense emotion, grief, anger, sadness, or even joy, know that this is part of the process. You're not breaking down, you're breaking free. Let me ask you, when was the last time you truly sat with your emotions? Without judgment, without trying to fix them, just allowing them to be. Because here's the truth. Your emotions are not your enemy. They're your teachers. They're showing you where your energy is out of alignment and where healing needs to happen. As your vibration rises, you'll also begin to feel a deeper connection to nature and the universe. Have you noticed how the beauty of a sunset seems to stir something in your soul? How the sound of the ocean feels like it's speaking directly to your spirit? Or how being in the presence of a tree feels grounding and calming? This isn't just in your imagination. Nature vibrates at a pure frequency, and as you align with your spiritual awakening path, you begin to resonate with that frequency. But this connection isn't just about feeling good. It's about remembering. Remembering that you are part of something much greater than yourself. That you are not separate from the universe. You are the universe, expressed in human form. And as you deepen this connection, you'll start to feel a sense of purpose awakening within you. This purpose isn't always clear at first. It might come as a vague sense of calling, a feeling that you're here to do something important, even if you don't know what it is yet. But as you continue to align with your vibration, this purpose will become clearer. Opportunities will begin to appear, nudging you closer to your path. Let me ask you, what does your soul long for? Not what society tells you to want, not what your ego thinks will make you happy, but what your soul truly desires. Because aligning with your spiritual awakening path isn't about chasing external success. It's about living in alignment with your soul's truth. And here's the most beautiful part. As you align with your vibration, you'll begin to notice that the people, places, and situations in your life start to shift. Toxic relationships fall away. New, soul-aligned connections come into your life. Doors that once seemed closed begin to open. Challenges that once felt insurmountable start to dissolve. It's as if the universe is rearranging itself to support you. But this process isn't always easy. Sometimes it requires you to let go of things you thought you couldn't live without. It asks you to step into the unknown, to trust the process, even when it feels uncomfortable. And this is where many people falter, because aligning with your spiritual awakening path isn't about comfort, it's about growth. So let me leave you with this question. Are you willing to let go of who you thought you were in order to become who you're meant to be? Because that's what this journey is asking of you, to trust, to surrender, to align. As your vibration begins to align with your spiritual awakening path, the universe starts to speak to you more clearly. It's as though the veil between you and the unseen forces of life begins to lift. You feel it, don't you? This heightened awareness, this sense that life isn't random, that everything happening around you is part of a greater design. The synchronicities, the repeating numbers, the perfect timing, the seemingly random encounters that change everything, become impossible to ignore. They're not just coincidences, they're messages. The universe is constantly communicating with you, guiding you, nudging you toward your highest path. But here's the question: are you paying attention? You see, the universe is subtle. It rarely shouts. More often, it whispers. It places a book in your path at just the right moment. It sends a person into your life who says exactly what you need to hear. It aligns circumstances in ways that feel too perfect to be accidental. These are synchronicities, and they're one of the clearest signs that your vibration is aligning. They're proof that you're in tune with the flow of life. But let me ask you something. When synchronicities appear in your life, how do you respond? How do you dismiss them as random, or do you take them as the sacred signs they are? Because here's the truth: the universe will only speak as loudly as you're willing to listen. If you ignore its whispers, it won't shout louder. It will simply wait until you're ready. Now, let's talk about the other side of this journey. Because while synchronicities feel magical, the path of awakening isn't always smooth. In fact, one of the clearest signs that your vibration is aligning is that challenges begin to arise. Wait, challenges? How can challenges be a sign of alignment? Shouldn't everything feel peaceful and easy? However, challenges don't. Challenges feel like when we experience life's difficulties. It's about transforming through them. As your vibration rises, everything that's out of alignment with your higher self will come to the surface. The wounds you haven't healed, the limiting beliefs you've been carrying, the toxic relationships you've been holding on to, these things can't survive at a higher vibration, so they show up in your life to be addressed. This process can feel like your life is falling apart, but it's not falling apart, it's falling into place. The universe isn't punishing you, it's preparing you. It's stripping away everything that no longer serves you, so you can step into your true power. Let me ask you, when challenges arise, do you see them as obstacles or opportunities? Because every challenge contains a lesson, and every lesson is a stepping stone on your path. The question is not, why is this happening to me? The question is, what is this here to teach me? When you shift your perspective in this way, something incredible happens. The very challenges that once felt overwhelming become your greatest teachers. They show you where you're still holding on to fear, resistance, or attachment. They force you to grow in ways you never thought possible, and as you grow, your vibration rises even higher. But here's the thing, growth isn't always easy. Sometimes it feels like you're being stretched to your limits. The universe will push you out of your comfort zone, not because it wants to hurt you, but because it knows your potential. It knows what you're capable of, even when you don't. Think about this. What if every challenge in your life was perfectly designed to awaken a part of you that's been dormant? What if the pain you're experiencing right now is the very thing that will lead to your greatest breakthrough? This is why trust is so important on the spiritual path, because there will be moments when you don't understand why certain things are happening. Moments when it feels like the universe has forgotten you. But the truth is, the universe is always working in your favor, even when it doesn't feel like it. Let me tell you a secret. The most profound growth often happens in the silence, in the spaces between the synchronicities, in the moments when it feels like nothing is happening. These are the times when the universe is asking you to trust, to surrender, to let go of your need for control. And as you do, something miraculous begins to happen. The synchronicities return, the path becomes clear again. The challenges that once felt insurmountable start to make sense. You realize that every step of the journey, every sign, every struggle, every moment of stillness has been leading you back to yourself. But let me ask you, how do you define yourself in these moments? When the path is unclear, when the signs seem distant, who are you? Because awakening isn't about what happens to you, it's about how you respond. It's about the energy you bring to each moment, regardless of the external circumstances. Now, let's go deeper. As your vibration continues to align, you may notice something even more profound, a shift in your sense of identity. You begin to realize that you are not your thoughts, your emotions, or your circumstances. You are the awareness behind them, the still, infinite presence that remains unchanged no matter what is happening in your life. This realization is the essence of awakening. It's the moment you understand that you are not separate from the universe. You are the universe. The synchronicities, the challenges, the signs, they're all reflections of your own consciousness. They're mirrors, showing you who you are and who you're becoming. But here's the paradox. The more you align with your vibration, the less you need external validation. You no longer chase signs or synchronicities because you trust that you're always on the right path. You no longer fear challenges because you know they're part of your growth. You no longer seek answers outside of yourself because you realize that everything you've been searching for is already within you. So, let me ask you one final question for this part. What would your life look like if you fully trusted the universe? If you stopped doubting, stopped resisting, and allowed yourself to flow with the divine plan unfolding before you, because that's what alignment feels like. It's not about control, it's about surrender. It's about walking your path with courage, trust, and an open heart. As you walk the spiritual path, you begin to realize something profound. Awakening is not a single event. It's not a sudden moment of enlightenment that changes everything forever. Instead, it's a process, a daily practice of aligning with your highest vibration, over and over again. It's the small, conscious choices you make every day that shape your journey. You see, spiritual awakening isn't about escaping the human experience. It's about embracing it fully while staying connected to the deeper truth of who you are. It's about learning how to bring the vibration of your soul into every aspect of your life. Your thoughts, your relationships, your actions, even your struggles. And this is where the real work begins. Let me ask you, how do you show up for yourself every day? Do you treat yourself with the same love and compassion you aspire to give others, or do you get caught up in the noise of life, forgetting the infinite being that you are? Because if you're not embodying your highest vibration, you're not truly living your awakening. So how do you embody your highest vibration every day? It begins with awareness. Every thought you think, every emotion you feel, every word you speak carries a vibration. When you become aware of your energy in each moment, you start to notice when you're aligned with love, peace, and joy, and when you're not. But here's the key. Awareness isn't about judgment. It's not about labeling some emotions as bad and others as good. It's about observing your energy with curiosity and compassion. When you notice that you've fallen into fear, anger, or doubt, don't beat yourself up. Instead, ask yourself, what is this feeling trying to teach me? Every low vibration is an opportunity for growth. It's a signal that something within you is out of alignment, that there's a part of you that needs healing or attention. When you approach these moments with love instead of resistance, you begin to shift your energy. You transform the very vibrations that once held you back into stepping stones on your path. Let me tell you something important. Embodying your highest vibration isn't about being perfect. It's not about never feeling fear or sadness or anger. It's about learning how to move through these emotions without losing your connection to your deeper self. It's about remembering that you are not your emotions, you are the awareness behind them. And this brings us to one of the most powerful tools for embodying your highest vibration: presence. When you're fully present in the moment, you're not caught up in the stories of the past or the worries of the future. You're anchored in the now, where your true power lies. But let me ask you, how often are you truly present? How often do you give your full attention to what's happening right here, right now, without distraction? Because the more present you are, the more aligned you become with your highest vibration. Here is a simple practice to anchor yourself in presence. Take a deep breath right now. Inhale slowly, feeling the air fill your lungs. Then exhale, letting go of any tension in your body. Notice how even this small moment of presence shifts your energy. Breath is one of the most powerful tools you have for raising your vibration. It connects you to the life force within you. Whenever you feel disconnected, overwhelmed, or out of alignment, return to your breath. Let it guide you back to the present moment where your highest vibration resides. But presence is just the beginning. To embody your highest vibration every day, you must also take action. Your thoughts and emotions create your vibration, but it's your actions that bring that vibration into the world. Let me ask you, what kind of energy are you bringing into your actions? Are you rushing through your day, doing things out of obligation or fear? Or are you moving through life with intention, infusing your actions with love and purpose? Every action, no matter how small, is an opportunity to align with your highest vibration. Washing the dishes can become a meditation. A conversation with a stranger can become an act of kindness. Even the most mundane tasks can be infused with the energy of your soul when you approach them with presence and intention. But here's the thing. Embodying your highest vibration isn't just about what you do, it's about how you be. It's about the energy you bring to every moment, regardless of what's happening around you. Have you ever met someone whose presence feels calming even in the midst of chaos? Someone who radiates peace and love no matter what challenges they're facing? That's the power of embodying your highest vibration. It's not about controlling your external circumstances, it's about mastering your internal energy. And this brings us to one of the most important aspects of embodying your highest vibration: self-care. You cannot pour from an empty cup. If you're not taking care of your own energy, you can't show up fully for yourself or others. Let me ask you, how are you nurturing your soul? Are you giving yourself the time and space to rest, to recharge, to reconnect with your inner light? Or are you constantly giving, constantly doing, without taking the time to replenish your energy? Self-care isn't selfish, it's essential. Whether it's meditating, journaling, spending time in nature, or simply doing something that brings you joy, make it a priority. When you take care of your energy, you naturally raise your vibration, and that energy radiates out into everything you do. But here's the deeper truth. Embodying your highest vibration isn't just about what you do for yourself, it's about what you give to the world. As you align with your spiritual awakening path, you begin to realize that your vibration doesn't exist in isolation. It's part of the collective energy of humanity. Every time you choose love over fear, kindness over judgment, presence over distraction, you're not just raising your own vibration, you're lifting the energy of the entire planet. You're contributing to the awakening of humanity, one moment, one choice, one vibration at a time. So let me ask you one final question for this part. What kind of impact do you want to have on the world? Because embodying your highest vibration isn't just about your personal awakening. It's about becoming a beacon of light for others. It's about walking your path in a way that inspires, uplifts, and transforms everyone you encounter. You've felt it, haven't you? That pull deep within your soul. That call to something greater, something beyond the confines of this physical life. It whispers to you in moments of stillness, in the quiet spaces between thoughts. It's not loud, but it's persistent. It's always there, reminding you that you're here for a reason, that you are one of the chosen ones. But let's be honest, that calling can feel overwhelming at times. It can feel like you're being asked to step into a role you don't fully understand, to walk a path that's shrouded in mystery. You might even wonder if you're ready or if you're worthy, and that doubt, that fear, is part of the process. Let me ask you, what would happen if you stopped doubting yourself? What if you trusted that everything you've experienced, every challenge, every heartbreak, every triumph, has been preparing you for this moment? Because it has. The truth is, you wouldn't feel this calling if you weren't ready to step into it. But stepping into your calling requires trust. Trust in yourself, trust in the universe, and trust in the process. This is one of the hardest lessons on the spiritual path, because trust asks you to surrender control. It asks you to let go of your need to know how everything will unfold and instead take the next step with faith. Let me ask you, what's the next step your soul is asking you to take? You already know what it is. It's that thing you've been avoiding, that idea that keeps popping into your mind, that decision you've been putting off. Maybe it's letting go of a toxic relationship. Maybe it's starting the creative project that scares you. Maybe it's speaking your truth, even if your voice shakes. Whatever it is, it's your next step. And the moment you take it, the universe will meet you halfway. Doors will open, opportunities will appear. Support will arrive in ways you never expected. But none of that can happen until you take the first step. You might be wondering, how do I know if I'm really on my path? The answer is simpler than you think. When you're aligned with your path, you feel it. Even if it's challenging, even if it stretches you, there's a sense of rightness, a deeper knowing that you're exactly where you're meant to be. But here's the paradox. Your path won't always feel comfortable. In fact, the moments of greatest growth often come when you're pushed beyond your limits, when you're asked to face your fears, to let go of what no longer serves you, to step into the unknown. This is the essence of spiritual awakening. It's not about staying safe in your comfort zone. It's about expanding, evolving, and becoming the person your soul came here to be. And that process isn't always easy. This is where trust comes in. Trust isn't about knowing exactly how things will work out. It's about believing that they will. It's about surrendering to the flow of life, even when you don't understand where it's taking you. Think about this. What would your life look like if you fully trusted the process? If you stopped resisting, stopped questioning, and allowed yourself to flow with the divine plan that's unfolding for you? Because when you trust, you align. And when you align, miracles happen. But trust isn't just about surrender. It's also about action. It's about showing up for yourself every day, even when it's hard. It's about doing the inner work, facing your shadows, and choosing love over fear again and again. Let me ask you, what does love look like in your life right now? Not just love for others, but love for yourself. Because stepping into your calling isn't about being selfless, it's about being whole. It's about filling yourself with so much love and light that it overflows into everything you do. And here's the deeper truth. Your calling isn't about you. Yes, it's deeply personal, but it's also universal. You are here to serve, to contribute, to bring something unique to the world. Your gifts, your voice, your energy, they're not just for you, they're for humanity. But serving others doesn't mean sacrificing yourself. It means aligning with your highest vibration so you can uplift those around you. It means living in a way that inspires others to awaken to their own light. So let me ask you, how are you showing up for the world? Are you living in a way that reflects your highest truth? Are you sharing your gifts, your wisdom, your love? Or are you holding back, waiting for the right moment? Here's the secret. The right moment is now. There's no need to wait for permission, for clarity, or for the stars to align. You already have everything you need within you. The only thing standing between you and your calling is your willingness to step into it. But stepping into your calling doesn't mean you have to have it all figured out. It doesn't mean you have to be perfect or have all the answers. It simply means being willing to show up, to take the next step, to trust the process. And as you do, you'll begin to notice something incredible. The more you trust, the more aligned you become. The more aligned you become, the more the universe supports you. And the more the universe supports you, the more you realize that you are never walking this path alone. You are part of something much greater than yourself. You are a thread in the fabric of existence, a spark of the infinite expressing itself in human form. Your journey is not separate from the journey of humanity, it's part of it. So, as we close this journey, I invite you to step fully into your calling, to trust the process even when it feels uncertain, to align with your highest vibration even when it's challenging, to live in a way that reflects the truth of who you are, a chosen one, a beacon of light, a force of love in the world. The world is waiting for you. The universe is ready to support you. The only question is, are you ready to answer the call?